far as peace and tranquility go, it doesn't really get much better than this, eh? Just take a look. Yeah, so we're at Wat Kutao again. This is turning into one of my favourite hangouts. It's so peaceful here. And all you can hear are bird songs, you know, it's just beautiful. And then this canal, it's not flowing so quickly today, it's just gently meandering by. Wow, just feeling so relaxed. It's beautiful. And the weather is finally broken, you know, this monsoon, it's gone, seems to be over now, hopefully. And like the mornings, because the ground and everything is still very damp, you know, so in the mornings there's a bit of mist around, it's really cool, and the sun's coming up, just beautiful light and everything, just perfect. This morning I was having a chat with my daughter. She's in England, she's kind of stuck over there at the moment, and we were talking about this pandemic, you know, in the UK. It's shocking. 51,000 cases in 24 hours. That's unbelievable. Apparently, I mean, I haven't read the news, but I just heard from my daughter that this is actually worse than the peak of the USA. You know, I mean, what are they doing? And we sort of had a chat about it, and we agreed that, you know, this is one of the problems with with individualist culture, sorry. You know, everybody's out for themselves. You know, we sort of discussed that, you know, people, they're not thinking of the greater good, they're just in it for themselves, and this is really not the ideal situation or mindset to be in, you know, with this pandemic. People are sort of, you know, still debating whether these masks are a good idea. Come on, you know, it's beyond debate. It's proven it works, you know, and Thailand is a very good example of that. You know, the moment there was any possibility that the disease had come to Thailand, everybody put the masks on, and they didn't question it in any way. They didn't worry about it. They just got on with it and did what they were supposed to do. And even now, you know, they're still doing the same. I mean, we're now in a kind of second wave. You know, there was an outbreak from a fishing village, or no, it's a fishing town, I guess, and you know, it was mostly the immigrant workers who, you know, their sort of living accommodation is pretty cramped, and you know, hygiene is not the same as it is in this country, you know, for these immigrants. And you know, there was this massive outbreak amongst these immigrants. There were 500 in one day. You know, before that, Thailand had pretty much had 0 cases, you know, in domestic cases, that is. And then suddenly, you know, this outbreak occurred where these immigrants were infected. It's a province close to Bangkok, and it's kind of the distribution center for fish and shellfish in Thailand. And so, you know, even Songkla, you know, they got deliveries of these fish, and China, a few days prior, I think it was, they discovered a frozen fish, and it had this active disease, this virus in it, you know, the COVID-19 virus in this fish, and it was a frozen fish, and they'd received it from another country, and it was, you know, this virus hadn't died. So that was pretty worrying, you know. And now this kind of distribution center for fish and shellfish in Thailand, you know, there was this massive outbreak there, and yeah, so it's kind of spread. You know, in Songkla province there are 2 cases, not in the last 24 hours, but there were 2 cases here, and you know, people are a bit panicked about it. And you know, it's the 30th of December today, and you know, there's a plan to have a big family party, you know, for New Year's, which is always the tradition in my wife's family. And I'm really concerned about it. I was, you know, again, I was talking to my daughter about it, and you know, my daughter was talking to my wife as well. I didn't even know that. We were both talking to my daughter at the same time, without each of us knowing that the other one was as well. Yeah, so this party, you know, I'm a little bit concerned. You know, we normally have a sort of tambun, I don't know, how do you say that in English? A making merit ceremony in the morning with monks who come along as well, and that's a big family thing. And then in the evening there's usually a party at somebody's house, and it was my mother-in-law's house last year, and this year apparently it's going to be the hotel. But yeah, I'm concerned, and obviously my wife is as well. We haven't even discussed it yet. Well, I thought she was still asleep, but obviously she wasn't. Yeah. So yeah, this party, I'm a bit dubious. You know, it only takes one person. One of our teachers, she had this party and invited, you know, other teachers at our school, and, you know, her friends as well. And so yeah, my wife and my daughter, we all went. And you know, like, I was sort of reflecting on that and thinking, you know, it would only take one person to be infected, and then everybody's got it, you know. And is it really worth it? It's like this party tonight, or sorry, tomorrow night. It would be great if, you know, if nobody's infected and nobody catches the disease. That would be another great party for sure. But it only takes one person, you know, and people in the family, they are moving about quite a bit. You know, some are going up to Bangkok. There's now 2 politicians in our family who they're moving around a lot. And so yeah, that's it's not good. You know, everybody would regret going to this party if just one person were infected, because we'd all catch it. And you know, I haven't heard of the new strain. That's not, as far as I know, it's not in Thailand yet, but probably it won't be long. Yeah, individualist and collectivist, again, you know, individualist mindset, not really the right way to be at the moment. You know, you've got to think of the greater good, not just yourself. Fortunately, collectivist cultures like Thailand, you know, they do think of the greater good, and they do think of society. You know, it's the group that matters, not the individual. And that kind of is the right mindset at the moment. You know, that's what we all need to adhere to. Okay, well, that's it for today. Take care.